It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the Buccaneers, next on Madden Football.
From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out at Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And right away, he lost the football. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back. But, Charles, you think about these two teams, and think about how long it's been since we've had the same two teams play in the Super Bowl back-to-back years. You have to go back to the Cowboys and Bills almost 30 years ago in the 90s. That's the only time that it's happened in the Super Bowl era. So I'm curious, what kind of chances do you see of us having a Kansas City-Tampa Bay Super Bowl in L.A. come February?
Well, you just pointed out how difficult it is for one team to get back to the Super Bowl, let alone the same two teams to play against each other. So the odds are against them, but when we tell either one of these teams they can't get back there, we think they're two of the best in the league. It shouldn't surprise us if it happens, but it is going against historical precedent. But remember last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they won the Super Bowl in their own stadium. The only time that's happened in Super Bowl history, too.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
And going deep for Hill. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. On third and long, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Mahomes going to go on fourth down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Brady now on first down. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Bernard. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in.
And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski there to make the grab. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it for 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now Brady. And his pass incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing on first down is Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point put through by Sutton. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 13. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And that a good sign for KC's chances. Something we didn't see much of in Super Bowl 55. Patrick Mahomes out of the pocket making plays.
Well, partner, by all accounts, he's back to 100% physically. And that's
the ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. That was all great until the final act. Able to scramble, get the first, but he couldn't hang on to the football.
And as a former defender, I can tell you that when a quarterback scrambles and picks up a first down on third down, that's usually demoralizing for a defense. But when he coughs it up in doing so, elation results after that.
A new lease on life, so to speak.
No doubt about it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now Brady. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
Here's Brady to throw. And he's got it.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the... And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Suck up for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive of 4 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And this Bucs defense, you remember, pretty stout last year. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I think that as the season wore on, and you pointed this out to me as well, you started to see some of their rookies begin to figure things out. And they played a little more like a top 2 or 3 defense down the stretch. And I would say that in the playoffs and through the Super Bowl, they were truly the best defense in the NFL. Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Mahomes now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And going deep for Hill. And this one is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Brady's throw taken in by Evans here.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with the 3rd and long. Here's Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Brady to throw again.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
And Suckup will put this one right through. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for Kansas City. And it's been their quarterback who, not surprisingly, has led the way. But what is surprising is just how effective he's been on the ground, as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon.
To consider, are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
The return is Mickens. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Give them a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Brady.
A check down here to Jones.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. Evans has it left side. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Really nice job there by the interior of the Kansas City defensive line, and they're a stout unit to run against. And they do an excellent job there of bottling that play up.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. To throw is Brady. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Let's go. Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 56 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. He'll buy some time right. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Oh, the return is Mickens. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. Now Brady. And that is incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Back now in Tampa. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Let's go. Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaquille Barrett getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Mahomes now to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquille Barrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Forced out to his left. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
I don't know about you, but can you just almost feel relief that's gone through this stadium? He picked up that 1st down. Without it, this game is over.
And when he took off, it was almost like, oh, no, this might be it, but found a way to pick up the 1st. Mahomes now on 1st down, rolling to his left. And, oh, he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Out to his left. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Yeah!
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Mahomes. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Shaquille Barrett, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Mahomes will throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.